Welcome back, this is Mrs. Cooper and we're looking at Lament. This is the second part of this video, so please do watch the first part if you've missed it already. We're just looking at this tercet here. As we discussed in the previous video, Lament is a poem, an elegy that is honouring the loss of certain things that have been destroyed by war or other sorts of man-made events such as pollution, natural disasters. We just had a look about how the dugong here and the dolphin are juxtaposed. Dugong is this strange looking creature that dwells in the sea that's juxtaposed with the dolphin, which I think that's a very deliberate choice by Gillian Clarke. Not only does it allow her to have this wonderful alliteration, the D and the D, but it also allows us to draw comparisons between the dugong and the dolphin, a very popular known creature with a not so popular known creature, and really she's grouping them together in the same line to show that they're all the same. No matter if you're a dugong or you're a dolphin, you're affected by war. In other words, no matter if you're an Iraqi or if you live in Kuwait or you live in the UK or in the US, you are going to be affected by war in one particular way. And then we go on to the line, the whale struck dumb by the missile's thunder. What she means by struck dumb is it's no longer able to sing. Obviously whales communicate in the sea by their whale song, and it's a very beautiful kind of earthly, respected song that many humans admire. And there's a real tragedy here that it's struck dumb by a man-made creation, a missile's thunder. And it's interesting that she uses the word thunder as the she's trying to use it as an onomatopoeia, the sound here of the missile. But thunder is a natural, it's normally a natural occurrence. So perhaps this missile thunder is almost oxymoronic. They are juxtaposed with one another. Perhaps she's saying that the thunder of the missile is unnatural. It's destroying the natural world, so much so that rather saying the missile's noise, she's saying the thunder, because the effect of the missile is that it is perverting the natural order. Therefore, that's why she's used that particular verb, that action there. And then if we go on to the next tercet, we've got, again, a real focus on birds, I notice in this poem. The gull, the restless wader, perhaps because birds do have connotations with innocence, and therefore it helps the tone of the poem to be more tragic, to be more emotive. We as the reader can sympathise more with these innocent birds. The long migrations and the slow dying, the veiled sun and the stink of anger. Again, we're getting very dystopic here. It's really sounding like a dystopia. The tone of this poem is almost as though the humans have destroyed the earth so much. What do we expect? The sun is going to be veiled meaning covered. So we're actually going to lead to our own destruction, our own demise, due to the effects that we're having on the natural world. And the stink of anger. So this is particularly emotive here. It's not just the feeling, the emotion of anger. It's so tangible, it's so real that you can smell it. It stinks like the pollution, and it stinks like the remains of our own creation. So whatever we've polluted the earth with, we are left with that stain. We're left with the stain on the birds and the smell. Okay, the next tercet again continues this topic theme. So if you are looking at structure, which you all should be, not just talking about what the focus changes to in each tercet, but actually how the tone becomes more and more severe, more and more dramatic. We now have the burnt earth and the sun put out. So we've gone from earlier in the previous tercet to the sun being veiled, just covered. We've now got the sun being extinguished, put out. So we've got really the complete destruction of the world due to global warming or due to the conflict experienced on the earth. The scalded ocean and the blazing well. So scalded is very, very evocative here. It really does sound very violent. The image is very, very prominent, and it makes us feel that we really have had a harmful effect on the environment. and it ends with a really interesting lament for vengeance and the ashes of language. So immediately the use of the abstract noun vengeance and the idea of lamenting it really makes me stop and think, why has she chosen to lament a vengeance, an idea, a thing? And perhaps she's suggesting that, well, vengeance is dead. There's no such thing really, because the effects of war are so null and void. They've had no positivity, that actually revenge is dead. It's pointless. So often wars are started in the name of revenge, and actually there are no winners. So I think really she is lamenting this kind of meaning for war in a way, saying it is purposeless. And then the compound sentence here ends with this lovely image of the ashes of language. Of course, ashes links with something burning, and what she's suggesting here is burning is language. So again, I'm stopping to think, well, it's a nice way to end a poem, because in a way the poem is burnt out here. We're ending with the ashes of language. We have nothing left of the poem by the end. It's the final line. But why is she saying that language has crumbled to ash? Obviously, it's part of the world, which she has suggested in the earlier in this tercet and above, that has now been destroyed completely at the end of the poem. But I think she's also, it's a symbolic gesture to the fact that, you know, words have lost their meaning. Perhaps the newspaper articles that we looked at earlier, they are meaningless. Perhaps even if you want to get really melancholy, she's arguing that even poems such as her own are now just ashes, that really all throughout history people have continually written about war and its effect, but actually we still burn, we still go to war, we're still conflicting, so all that remains is just the ashes of what once was there. Okay, so we're now going to look at some poems that lament might link with. And remember, everything that I've talked about in this poem is not the exclusive interpretation of this poem. It is open to interpretations. There are many, many more interpretations, so please do explore your own, speak to the teacher, and come up with your own ideas. The videos here are just to help guide you if you are needing a bit of extra guidance. Okay, so some of the poems that I think really fit in nicely with Lament are The Destruction of Sennacherib. Of course, in the title of the poem itself, it refers to destruction. And Lament, of course, is an elegy mourning the loss of something. So something has been destroyed. And if you look closely at both poems, they are about the destruction of a world due to conflict, so caused by man. And really, they both are quite dystopic. Destruction of Sennacherib does have more religious connotations, kind of a vengeance from God due to the war, whereas I think this really is a vengeance, a kind of global warming in Lament, a kind of destruction of the environment due to our own purposing that we've brought on ourselves rather than a punishment from God. Another poem that it links in quite nicely with is A Poison Tree. Because, again, a poison tree is the destruction, the perversion of something that's natural, the tree, due to negative emotions, such as hatred. Again, here it's the same thing. The hatred that's caused by war or that actually leads to war has destroyed the natural environment. So there are some nice links there due to the negative emotions. And then, of course, boat stealing. Which again we have the sense of guilt felt by the person that steals the boat that leads to the whole environment around him kind of leaping up and accusing him, and although it's psychologically rather than actual, this poem, there is a change in the environment due to man. So just like here, there is a change in the environment for the negative due to man. All right, well, I hope that was helpful. Do speak to me or any of your other teachers if you need any more help with this poem. Thanks for watching. Bye.